so much for tuning in to episode 3 of Ty as a Mother podcast. And today I am super excited about my guests. We are jumping on into this one. So today's topic is Mother Flexin Different. Mother Flexing Different. And the reason why I say we're flexing different is because we are in a totally different world. Our kids aren't different, but our journey is different. So April is Autism Acceptance Awareness Month, and on April 2nd is Autism Day, Autism Awareness Day. So today we are going to discuss with other moms who's walking this journey. Now I'm gonna start off with myself. I have a 5, soon to be 6 year old. He's gonna be 6. Dang, we got a 6 year old. He's gonna be 6 on May night, but he has autism, and it has been a journey. And I'm so happy to have other moms on here that I'm able to contact when I feel like I am down and out. Because sometimes, we wear these supermom capes, but sometimes these capes feel like they have me in a chokehold. So, it's good to just know that I have a support system um, that I could call on. So, y'all just introduce yourselves, just give the people a little bit about who you are and, talk about you and boast on yourself because y'all so humble. I have 2 humble people up here, but they are so phenomenal. And I just want other people to hear and know how awesome they are.
So I am Leah Nixon. I have a 5-year-old who is autistic nonverbal. And this journey has been just that, a journey. It's really learning patience, number one, because you never know what they need when they need it and they can't tell you what it is. And just learning how to maneuver life as someone who's not able to speak. Like, I think sometimes we take for granted the small things that we have and don't really see the bigger picture of there are people really out here who can't say small things like hi. So, I mean, this is a journey that we're learning. As definitely, you have to have a support system because if you don't, you can be out of luck. Me and Shantae talk all the time. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we
We
talk about
do.
the wins, we talk about the losses, we cry, we do it all. But that's how it is when sometimes as a mom, you feel like you're alone in this because you just don't know who to talk to, especially when it comes to having a child with special needs. You don't know how far people are willing to tell you their business. And sometimes it's not even about telling your business. It's just like, make me feel like I'm not the only person going through this journey alone. So that's all I got.
Yeah. And look, I didn't even say Mar is nonverbal too. He is.
Hello, everyone. My name is Dana Miller. I am
Sure.
so I'm so excited to be a part of this wonderful podcast. And this will be my first time actually telling my story. A lot of people don't really know that both, not one, but both of my boys are autistic. Um, One is a little more on the spectrum than the other, and yeah, we're rocking and rolling. Um,
How old are the
the
boys?
boys are 5. They will be 6 in June. I can't believe it. And yes, this has definitely been a journey, and a village is very important, and I'm so happy to be a part of one. And I look forward to just going through this roller coaster
Yeah.
with these ladies. So yes, I'm excited.
Awesome. All right, y'all. So, how did y'all feel when you first got the diagnosis? Like,
I cried.
me
Like,
too. Cried.
that's honestly all I could do was I cried. And I called my husband and was just like, they said he has autism. And he's more of the, oh, it's going to be okay. But in that moment, like, is it okay? Like, I kind of felt as though, God, what did I do wrong? Lord, my eyes watered already.
Oh,
What did I do wrong to cause this to happen to my child? And I had to learn that it wasn't anything that I did.
Mhm.
It's kind of, we are the super moms, and God gave us something that He knew that we could handle. Like, when you're going through those moments, it's heavy on you because you've never had to do it before. Like, when you don't have
yeah.
kids that are special needs and you have that one, you can see the difference. But it's like, nah, some, they say boys develop slower than girls. So the things that Layla was doing that Willis was not doing, I was like, okay, it's a little slower, but as it became a little slower and he was getting a little older, it was like, nah, this is something's not right. And even the doctor was like, oh, it takes time. But I know how my child was having Layla, and it just wasn't the same. So I was like, let me get the referral now to find out if it is anything, because I want to start the process early.
At what age did you find out?
Well, this was 18 months when I found out.
Wow.
So
You
when
caught
we
it real
found out,
early.
it was like, and the crazy part about it is it was during COVID, so it took us 9 months just to get an appointment.
Yep.
So they say, with kids, they should be saying like 6 words by the time they're 12 months. Well, for Willis, it was kind of, he reverted back after he got 12 months. Like, he was eating regular food. He was saying mama and dad. By the time he turned 1, it was like, I don't eat anything wet anymore. I'm not drinking certain things because I don't like it. And I'm not even saying mama and dad anymore. It's like completely went mute. And it was like, what the heck happened? And when you don't, when we were our age, autism wasn't a thing.
No.
It wasn't anything that I really heard of until I met my husband, and he has an autistic sister. So before that, I really didn't know anything about autism. So as I work in the school system, you learn of autism and what it is, but it wasn't talked about. Now it's just like every time you turn around, somebody is somebody is diagnosed with autism, but it's a lot of males.
Right.
Like, I see it
Yeah,
a lot
I
more
see it a
in
lot in
boys
males.
than I
You're
do
right.
in girls. And most of the boys are nonverbal. So it was
Yeah.
just like the COVID babies that came in 2020 was like, we didn't have a social life. We was in the house. We couldn't go anywhere. So they didn't really have anything to develop because they were around only family. So it wasn't until he started going to daycare at 18 months, it was like, okay, y'all, we gotta, something ain't right.
Yeah. I think Mari was 4. Yeah, he was 4. So we found out like behind the game. But like you said, it was COVID, so we was on a waiting list. And then I think also for us, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think Alan really wanted to go through the process. We talked about it. I know I'm bringing you up, babe, but we talked about it, and he felt. I remember him telling me like, we're not gonna speak it.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, I get the Christian side, like my spiritual side, but I've been in education for a long time. And like you say, when you have other kids, and like Mari is my only boy, so just like you said, like boys develop delay or whatever. But I was like, no, something just ain't right. And I remember taking him to soccer practice, and I cried. I told you about. I just cried. 'Cause I said he's not responding to his name. All the other kids are in line. Just ain't right. He trying to be in a goal. He making grass angels. It just wasn't right. And I'm like, yo, like, no, we really got to see what's going on. But sure, tell me, well, Dana, be professional. Suge is my baby.
Yes. So I got it early with Navy. So Navy was the first one that we got the diagnosis for. And again, I don't have any other kids. So this was an experience, that I had to tap into my background. I do have a degree in early childhood, so I did see the signs. So I'm just like, yeah, he's not really hitting the milestones. So let's just go ahead and knock it out. Again, had to get on the waiting list. We waited a while. So I didn't even need the test for brother. I already knew. Like, let's just get the ball rolling. Let's just do what we got to do. Of course, you are very emotional in the beginning, and not many people know, but I also have an autistic brother. So they don't say it's hereditary, but I think it is. Like, it has something to do with your family. So it was bound to happen, and it was me. So I just took the diagnosis and did what I had to do. Honestly, my advice, please don't wait. Get these kids the help that they need immediately. If you see the signs, please don't ignore them. And I know, like, responding to the name was one of those things, but we call them those kitty names. So it's kind of, I really don't that piece, like the boo-boo or the toots and, whatever you call your kids. So that piece, but just pay attention to the signs. Anybody listening, if you think your child is on the spectrum, please just pay attention to the signs. But the food regression was one of the things that I noticed, and then the sleep. And then I'm just like, what's happening? you see everything. Now you don't want to eat anything. So, yeah, the signs were there. I was a very, very emotional, but I didn't stay there for long. I think the emotion happens later.
Yeah.
So when they get older and it's not really cute, I mean, it's never cute, but you can't ignore some things as they get older. Now you're getting the stares. See, when they're younger, it's still baby like,
Yeah,
but
people
now they're
don't see
getting
it as-
into school. They're doing things. They're stimming, that hand flapping, they're tiptoeing. So now it's like, now it's the attention is starting to be directly on them. So that's the anxiety when they get older. So of course you have dealt with it as a parent, but now when the world is finally seeing it, it's very different.
So speaking of that part, when you say they stimming and they're doing things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you all deal with it in public? Like when they having their moments, how are you handling that challenge? Or
So
do you even
I
see it as a challenge?
I don't really see it as a challenge. So Willis is his stimming is clapping, and when I say my boy got a church clap, like he claps really loud. So
Yeah.
like at church he goes to children's church, but say if children's church is closed, like he enjoys being in church, he enjoys the music,
Mm-hmm.
and so he'll clap. And so sometimes when it's like not time to clap, he's still clapping. And so for me, it's like okay, like let's not clap right now. But then the people around me are like, leave him alone, like he's not bothering
Yeah.
I
anybody.
know. I'm
And the
that
church that
bad.
we go to, like kids crying and things like that doesn't bother our pastor. Like they're like it's a part of church. If your kids are crying, you don't have to take them out of church because people have heard babies cry before. But so for me, like one Sunday, I think someone can just notice that I was like a little overwhelmed and was like, I just felt like he was doing too much. And the lady literally walked up to me and was like, give me him. And I was like, no, he's okay. She was like, he's okay, but you're not okay. And I think that you just need a moment. And I literally like am now crying like, oh my God, people can
Yeah.
notice that,
Yeah.
something's wrong with me. And it wasn't anything to me that he was doing wrong. It's just he clapped so loud. And it's just like, Lord, like, you need to be in the church quiet because you clap so loud. But everybody's stimming is different. Like, I've had kids who, like, just, move their hands. But for him, it's like, it's a clap. Like, everything that he watches, he's clapping. And so when we're out in public, and he doesn't really have like many meltdowns because he's just a very mellow child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like if we in a store and he see an ABC book that I know I done bought 3 times, and I tell you in Hobby
gotta
Lobby,
pick
I'm
it up.
not buying it again.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it to the register, and then when it's time to check out, give the book to the lady. Well, this last time that I gave this book to this lady, like he had a full-fledged like cry. And so I'm one of those, get yourself together before we go wherever else we're going, because we're not about to, we're not about to be loud. Like he doesn't fall out or anything like that, but it's just like I look at him and I'm like, well, let's get yourself together. Like, stop crying, calm down. And then eventually he does this thing where he like soothes my face, because I think he can tell like we're both
Getting
overstimulated.
Yeah.
And so then he'll eventually get himself together. But it can be hard. Like, it's times when people stare at you out in public, and I just want to be like, can I help you?
See, I'm that mom.
But
I
I've had
do.
people say hi
Mhm.
and like, they don't say anything back, and I would be like, he's nonverbal. He's not gonna say anything back.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be. I
Yeah.
don't want people to think that my child is being disrespectful. He
Right.
can't say nothing.
He
But
can't
at the
say
same
it.
time,
I
I don't want
agree.
you to automatically assume because you said hi to him that he's obligated to speak to you. Because
Yeah.
some people will feel like, oh, well, her kid's rude. I said hi, they didn't say anything. Man, he can't talk. Like,
Yeah,
it's not that
right.
he doesn't want to,
That's
and he
true.
don't know you. Like,
but
Willis
that-
knows the vibe.
Yeah.
And if something don't feel right to him, like even dropping him at school, and I feel like I'm talking a lot, but
No, you're
Uh-uh.
fine.
No,
when I
it's
drop him
fine.
at
Like,
school
you
in the
helping.
morning, like there are people that are outside, and it's certain people that he goes to when they open the door. It's one lady, and he don't mean no harm by it, but every time she says good morning, Willis, he just puts his hands over his ears.
Like, no.
Listen,
like I
Your
don't.
spirit
Kids
ain't right.
pick
He
up
has
on
he
vibes. They
discerning
do.
But then
already.
it's like 2 or 3 other people that he'll just get out the car and go, and it's no problem. And so in the mornings, I'm like, well, okay, let's not go to her just because I know he ain't feeling her like that. And the lady's never done anything wrong to him. I just think it might be her voice that he doesn't like.
Mhm.
And
It's
so
something
he's just
about her.
like, and I mean, he would literally sit there, and she has to like pick him up out of the car seat. And I'm like, Lord, well, let's just get out the car. Like, just get out.
Yeah,
But
like,
it's
why
like
is her today?
they get into the thing. But the thing that I love is the people that know Willis treat Willis like a regular child.
Absolutely.
He's not
That-
treated
right.
like he has special
That's
needs. And I
it.
tell people that all the time. Like, just because he can't talk don't mean that you don't talk to him like you would talk to anybody else.
Right.
Like, you don't have to baby talk him. he knows common sense.
Yes.
He
Yeah.
knows right from wrong.
They understand
Listen,
well.
And
it's
when
their
you talk to
receptive
them
language
or
is just
treat them
fine.
like
Yeah.
their special needs, I don't like that. I don't
Yeah.
appreciate
I
that.
don't like it either.
Yeah. That's why I never went I never really been vocal about it because don't baby them at all.
Right.
Mhm.
Treat them exactly how you would treat any other 5-year-old.
That's right.
They
Yeah.
just learn a little differently.
That's all.
But they understand.
They do
Mhm.
have good
They
comprehension.
understand.
Really well.
But yeah, my babies squeal
Mm.
very loud
Really?
when they're when they're excited. So it's kind of like church may not be the real thing right now. Pastor may not be able to preach over that. So we stream. But yeah, that's their stem, and they with excitement they squeal, and they are jumpers. So they like
Mari's
to
Yeah,
into
well,
this
this is
jumping
too.
they
stage
they
now.
jump on anything and everything. So
Because one time they broke your TV or something when I
Oh
came
my
down there.
you don't even know the half. 65-inch down to the ground. That's my fault. It wasn't mounted. But yes, they are jumpers, and so we don't really visit people much because I don't, want to have to. They are already policed all day at school, so I want them to be as comfortable as possible.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we let them just
Just feel
Be
free
free
at
at
home.
be free at home
Yeah.
for now. We go to the park. I don't know. I wrote on Threads the other day. We listen and we don't judge. I love when we have the park to ourselves because
Yeah.
I
No
literally
lies.
don't like
Mhm.
Because
my
other kids
baby.
don't know how to
They
play
don't.
with them.
They don't. And if my child sees a baby, he's like he loves babies. So
What
he's
y'all love? Mario love babies
he's
too.
all in their face, and I'm just like everybody is not
Everybody doesn't like
that
that.
doesn't like that.
Yeah.
And so that's another story. But I just don't like explaining, or they like to do the same thing over and over again. So they want to
Mhm.
hog the slide, and I
Yeah.
just would prefer them to have the park alone. If that,
No judgment, because I feel the same
Yeah.
Right,
way.
absolutely.
I'll kid you not.
yeah,
You
Or
don't have
but it's even kids who would say, "Oh, I said something, they didn't say anything back," and like trying to explain to a child that
Trying
a child
to-
can't talk.
Yeah.
Well, why can't they talk? What does that
Yeah.
mean, girl?
Right.
I don't got all the
Listen.
answers to you,
I know.
and you being in grown people business.
Now, one little girl at Mari daycare, she just say, Mari voice doesn't work yet. And it was so
Aw,
cute.
it was
So she
sweet.
used to be his little mouthpiece in daycare. And I'm like,
It's
this
always-
is cute.
I was a kindergarten teacher for a very, very short period of time, and we had some autistic children blended in. And the way that they love on those kids, some of them when they're very young,
Mhm.
it's
Mhm.
the sweetest thing
Yeah.
in the world. So I just sometimes kids understand. They know
Yeah.
that they're a little different, and they help them. And then some kids just they don't
They
get
don't get
I
it.
think that it needs to be I don't know, implemented in schools some type of way. I know
That
that
would
they're
be
coming out
sweet.
with some movies and just
Yeah.
because people really don't. A lot of people really don't understand.
They don't.
No,
They,
that's what I
they
say. It's
literally
kids
don't.
and even adults
It's
that
a
act like
lot
they
of
don't
adults.
understand.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
But
looking
there are also
like
a lot of adults who are in denial
Mm-hmm.
about
that part
what their
too.
kids are.
Yeah.
And I tell people all the time, just get the test done. It's better to know than not know, and then
Mhm.
you can decide what to do after. But some people just think of it as a label. I'm taking the label and all the resources that come with it.
That's it.
Right.
Like we taking
That's
that
it.
handicap spot. we
Thank
getting
you.
them free
Right.
pull-ups.
Thank
we're
you.
doing all of it because
Right.
that's what other people do. Why can't we
Why
do it?
can we do it?
But a lot of
Absolutely.
times we don't know what resources are available, so we're just stuck.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
then we have older family members who don't understand.
Oh man,
And sometimes
Ooh.
explaining it to them is just like,
ain't nothing wrong with that boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And look, speaking of that part, like how do you deal with unwanted advice? How do you deal with that? Because
I
you
think
just
I'm
spoke
more of
on
I
that.
just listen to it, but I don't really have a response to you.
Yeah.
Like, not many people have bad things to say about Willis just because Willis is a loner. Like, he don't need no friends.
Mhm.
He is
Yeah.
fine being on his iPad playing by himself. Like, he could be in the back seat cracking up, and I'm looking out the
Mhm.
window like,
I know,
what
and it
am
be
I
such the
missing?
cutest
Like,
thing when they be
why are
laughing.
you so weak? So when people are, say advice of, oh, he should be doing this, this, and this, and I'm just like, you not raising
Yeah.
I
him.
would say, have you? I think only one of us here is raising an
That's
autistic
right.
child. That's what I
That's the
say.
thing.
Um,
Yeah.
you can't explain to me how your child developed
Mm-hmm.
because autism is very different from a neurotypical child. So don't
Mm,
tell me what
yeah.
your child was doing. I hate the comparison.
I
I can't
know.
stand
I
it.
don't
But
That's
even like
either.
probably
going to parties, like
hmm
people are like, "Oh, is he gonna eat?" No, that's okay.
No.
We bring our own
We already bring our
snacks.
hmm
food. We already
Not
hmm
to
know
not
chicken
to
nuggets and
offend you, but
fries.
he doesn't eat those things.
hmm
So I wouldn't take a plate wasted knowing that he's not gonna eat anything that you're providing.
Yeah,
Like you're lucky we even showed up
we are here.
because
That part.
sometimes it can
Like,
be a little difficult. But I also don't want him to miss out on things
hmm
that I
yeah.
know that he should be able to go to. You
hmm
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like sitting in the house all day is not fun for them. Just even like
Right.
basketball games, like if I know it's a big game, there's gonna be a lot of people, I won't take him.
Yeah,
Just
Yeah.
because
I
it's
agree.
overwhelming.
it's too
It
many
is.
people,
hmm
and
Too much
then when
noise.
people start staring, and
Yeah.
I'd be ready to nuck if you buck.
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly.
For sure. Yeah.
With no problem. And with smiling the mugshot.
hmm hmm
Being there
hmm
with them numbers smiling real hard.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But then it's always like people are like, "Oh, where's Willis?" I'm just like, sometimes it's just
I
too many
know.
people.
It's I will not put my babies in situations where I know they don't want to be. I
That's
know they
right.
do
That's
not
true.
want to be here.
Yeah.
right.
Like I've stopped with birthday parties. They don't. They're
don't
not
care.
into all of that. They
Yeah.
could care less. So just trying to find things that they like or they want to do while making sure that I'm not hindering them from life experiences.
Mhm.
So if you can find, like I've seen, I think Chuck E. Cheese does once a month where they got like sensory month
I have
and
seen
like
that. And some
Sensory
mouse
hours.
parks
Mhm.
have
I
that
think the
too.
movie
Mhm.
theater has sensory hours too. It's a
Mhm.
couple places, but it's normally the mornings
Mhm.
Yeah.
that they open,
Mhm.
which is fine.
Yeah.
I'll take
Like
it.
Willis love a Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
But he likes the game with the water. He in there trying to
They
Oh,
get
try
the
to
yeah.
get
water
that
out.
water is their thing. Like,
Water is their thing for
good
sure.
But then,
grief.
so he likes the water game, but he doesn't like his shoes to be wet. Like if it rains,
Yeah.
you have to pick him up because he's not gonna walk on the ground
And
because
see, Mark
they
doesn't
get
keep his
wet.
shoes on.
No, Mari does
Mm.
not keep any shoes on.
No shoes, no socks.
We
He
went
does
through a
not
phase
care.
like
He
that.
does not keep his socks or shoes
Yeah.
on.
I
Now,
have
when
one.
Willis gets home, his pants are definitely the first thing to come off, and he's finding a t-shirt
Mhm.
and a pull up. And yes, Willis is 5 and a pull up,
Yeah.
but
Navy
that's
and
how
Nori as
autism
Mark's
well.
about to be
works.
6
Yeah.
and he still has a pull up.
Listen,
That's
So,
how
it's
autism
not.
and
works.
see, that's the thing too. I guess
Ooh.
I go through when
Mhm.
I hear the unwanted advice sometimes about him not being potty trained. And it's a lot because some days it's good.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I'm not going to say
It-
some days, maybe a day or two is
Yeah.
good.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll regress.
That's right.
And then that regression stay longer,
Longer.
a lot
Mhm.
longer than the good days.
Mhm.
And see, a lot of
So-
times they know that, like Willis knows the concept of using the bathroom.
Yeah, he knows it.
Like I can say, Willis, take that pull up off and go sit on the toilet, and he'll go do
Mhm.
it. But it's just he's not ready yet. And
He's not ready.
You can't make them.
Can't make 'em.
He's
do
not ready.
anything.
He's
Cannot.
not ready.
And so sometimes kids that have autism are left out of things simply because you're not potty trained.
Not because yep,
Mhm.
because the Y. I wanted him to go to the Y 1 year for summer camp, and he couldn't go because he's not potty trained,
Mhm.
yeah.
and he's not verbal on top of that. So it was like, that part sometimes it's hard because you want to feel like your child has a normal life and he's able to do these
Mhm.
things, and then when you keep hearing, well, he's not potty trained, he's not verbal, does he know sign language, does he has a device, like it's so
Yeah.
many different things, and it be like, yo, like chill. Like I'm still walking through
Just
my
come on.
acceptance. You know what I
Just
mean? You're doing a
not
little
too
bit too
much.
much.
Not too
Exactly.
much.
Like
Mhm.
calm down just a little bit. But
Mhm.
sometimes those moments are hurtful because it's like the reality of
Yeah.
okay, this
That's
is
when
my,
it.
this is
That's
what we're
when it
going
hits
through.
you. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
man, certain things. My baby won't be able to experience, or they won't be invited to, or I see parents all the time crying because their kids are expressing, oh, she does this all the time, or they just don't understand. People just don't understand. It's
Yeah.
a lot. It's not easy for us moms,
No,
dads,
it's
anybody
not. It's
in
not.
the village. So
Because some parents feel like it's like a grief stage
Mhm.
because they're not able to hear their child's first words when
That's right.
during
Yeah.
that time, or they can't participate in soccer and stuff
But see,
like
that's
that.
when you celebrate the new sounds that they make.
Mhm.
So when
Yeah.
we're not saying new words and we're making new sounds, we're
It's a
celebrating.
celebration.
But
Mhm.
sometimes for them, the celebration is like, hold on, I ain't doing that no more because
You
you went too
scared me.
far.
Hold on.
I know
Yeah.
you got too excited because
Yeah.
Mario
I
was
know.
stopping.
I have
hard.
But I've
learned
also
to-
come to realize that I record a lot of things just because I want you to see your progression when we finally get to that point of you
Yeah.
talking and you experience, because autistic kids are little geniuses.
They
Oh,
really
Like my
are.
son
They
literally is one of the smartest kids in this class right now.
Absolutely.
And sometimes I think he
Yeah.
might be bored because everything
Mhm.
they're learning, he's known for 2-3 years.
Already.
And it's
Right.
not that we're teaching them. A lot of things are self-taught.
Absolutely.
Like Willis watches Netflix in different languages. You don't even speak English
That's
yet.
Navy and Nori.
But you're
Yeah.
watching Netflix
Chinese.
in other languages and laughing like you know what
Like you
they're
know what's going-
saying.
Yeah.
Look,
My baby
speaking-
was saying the alphabet in Dutch one day, and I just couldn't believe
Really?
it. Yeah, he's. Yeah,
Well,
these
look, we
kids
talking about
are-
positive things now. Y'all tell me what is the recent most thing that's been positive that you've been able to celebrate? Like for me, Mari slept one
Mhm.
night for like way longer. Like I thought something was wrong. Go check and make sure he was still breathing
Mhm.
because I was scared. Cause I'm used to him always being up. So this was just the one time. No, it was 2 nights in a row. That he slept, and I couldn't sleep because I'm used to him being up.
Getting up.
And plus, I was scared something happened to
Mhm.
him. Cause I'm like, this ain't a norm. So yeah, I'm really celebrating on the inside, and I'm like, oh, we might finally be here. Cause Mari be up, like
Mhm.
up.
No, Willis gonna get his sleep.
He does.
Yeah,
What?
they
Willis-
get
Willis
their-
has
they're
always slept.
finally sleeping not with me, so
Yeah.
we can celebrate 2 nights of that.
That is a celebration because Mari
gosh.
is still with me.
Yeah,
Mari is not. He's still by my side.
yeah. The boy.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
I'm fighting. I'm on the nightstand actually. If you ask me where I sleep, it's on the nightstand.
I think a win for me is maybe today his class got to go see some baby chicks in another classroom.
Oh,
And they said how he just went up to the little bin and put his hand in there and was excited, you
Mhm.
know, because when you have autistic kids, number one, Willis is in an inclusion class. I didn't want him to be in a special ed class all day long because then you start picking up on the other bad
Mhm.
habits of other
Yeah.
special ed kids. Like y'all are 4 years old. What
Yeah.
can you not do in pre-K that somebody else doing besides use the bathroom?
Right.
And
Yeah.
talk and say
Right.
all those things.
Right.
You have a communication device that you can use. Number one, that's a resource. Make sure
Mhm.
if you don't
Yeah.
know, ask your speech person, can your child get a communication device? That's just a little plug because it's free depending on
is.
your insurance.
on your insurance, yeah, because they
Mhm.
told us no. We had-
But it's just like sometimes, you know, he may participate with the other kids and sometimes he may not. But it's all in good love because the kids in class don't treat him different.
Yeah.
yeah,
Like they
That's a
know
good thing.
something is wrong with Willis. Like it's a little girl when she we know her from church and she'll say, I said hi to Willis today, but he didn't say nothing.
Aw.
She said, but I know eventually he'll say something. Like
Absolutely.
the kids realize and see stuff like that.
yeah.
So I think that's a win. Willis, took a little leap of faith today and touched a little chick. I
That's
said, well, I guess we're going
sweet.
to the petting zoo. 'Cause
Absolutely.
my baby
Oh,
like
yeah.
animals.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Look, Easter still take them to the zoo. Like, I just want to look how I'm promoting
Look,
them,
look.
but they do. It was so like when I tell you I love Easter still, I love Easter still.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you all stay motivated when the process feels slow? How do y'all stay motivated? It's hard sometimes, to
It
be
is.
honest.
The process to get the diagnosis was slow.
Mhm.
I think that was the hardest part of number one, the process was slow because the appointment took so long. And then it is a long process once you get there.
It is a very lengthy process.
And then the process to get in school is a lengthy process. Like it's
Yeah.
not like, oh, I have a diagnosis. How can I get my IEP? You still have a 60-day process of
Mhm.
getting an IEP, learning what an IEP is and how IEPs work.
Mhm.
So I think
I wanna get on to
I
that.
think that's the hardest part of the process is how much more stuff you have to do. It's not like one doctor's appointment. Like you have to see a pediatrician, then a pediatric specialist, and then they got to get their ears checked. Like maybe something's
Yeah.
wrong with their hearing. Like Willis ended up getting tubes in his ears, and once he got the tubes in his ears, when you call his name, he started
really,
Yeah.
he started hearing better. But it was like when he didn't have the tubes, it sounded like somebody was talking to him underwater.
like a muff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think something that's not really talked about, which is doctor's visits. They're so daunting to me sometimes because they expect like the vision test. He's not gonna respond.
I was so
I
upset with
just
one
like-
doctor.
yeah,
I'm like,
one-
he can't talk,
he
man.
can't say
How
anything.
you gonna expect him to pass his vision test? I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
I got him to a new doctor. I'm gonna
Yeah, they
tell
need
you
to
about it.
like talk to your staff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's probably the most. And potty training is
It's hard.
Potty
it's
training is
hard.
hard.
Potty training is hard, and we get the stairs, and yes, they are 5 with pull-ups on, absolutely,
Yeah.
and mind your business. Yeah, but yeah, I think that's the longest, the most draining, because family. Nobody wants to change a 5-year-old.
They
We're gonna
don't.
be
Right.
quite
Honestly,
honest.
to be real,
yeah,
That's
to
right.
be honest,
like you just needed some water.
yeah,
And for me to be able to flush it with some air freshener, because this is not right.
yes. So as parents, it's us.
Yeah.
It's me and dad. Like,
Yeah.
you know, they belong to us. This is what you have to do.
Yeah.
So,
But I have
think potty
also
training.
learned because, and let me say this, it is a lot of doctor's appointments.
Mhm.
Like
It is.
speech therapy is a doctor's appointment.
It is.
Yeah.
Occupational therapy is a
It
doctor's
is.
appointment. Regular 6 to 1 year checkup is a doctor's appointment. And it's traumatizing for these children. Like
It
when
is.
Willis sees us pull up at the doctor's appointment, he's
Aw.
already not want to get out because he knows somebody's
No.
gonna want to do your weight and can you stand here so I can check your height, ma'am?
Mhm.
He's not gonna do all
He's
of that.
not
Mhm.
doing all that.
Like he's
No.
not. And I will tell them from the beginning, listen, he's autistic. Some of this stuff we ain't gonna be able to do. So if we can skip it, let's do
Let's
that.
just
Yeah.
do that.
Because I don't want to
Yeah.
make it hard for you or them. Like
Yeah.
when it's time to get a shot, you need 3 people. Like I'm
Yeah,
just gonna
let's
tell
just
you,
go
I'm
ahead
just gonna
and-
tell you off
Mhm.
gate,
The
like you
team.
need more than one person because they are strong. Like
Oh,
these
yeah.
are strong
They really
little
are.
people.
Mhm. Mhm.
So when you just say you can go to the doctor's office and you pretty much speak, like, since this happened, since you've been on this journey, how have you become an advocate for your child?
You are the advocate.
You are.
You are the advocate.
You are the
Absolutely.
advocate.
No one
You
can
are the
advocate
only.
for your kids but you.
Yeah.
You're the main.
And that's why it's good to educate yourself. Like, don't just
Absolutely.
take the diagnosis. Like, I'm not gonna lie, when I first found out, I did research that whole first day and
Mhm.
got so overwhelmed
Yeah.
and cried even
Mhm.
more.
Mhm.
Poor Alan, he tried to take me out to go eat, and it just wasn't working. I was just so sad, but I overwhelmed myself with just doing
Yeah.
too much
You
research.
just feel like, what did I do? I thought I took my prenatals. I
That's
drank my
right. You
water.
feel like
right.
you
You
did
you
something
really
wrong.
feel
You
guilty.
literally
Like,
feel
And when you
terrible.
don't have other people in your family who are like that, it's like, so
Yeah.
just me?
yeah,
Like,
Just
yeah, I did the
how
same
do we
thing.
get here?
Yeah.
I did.
And the
I
good thing is when
questioned
you
it.
have a supportive spouse, it's okay to have those hard conversations
Mhm.
because
Yep.
while you're weeping and crying, they're like, listen, we done been through other things. You
Yeah.
think that God gonna put us through? Let me say this. Ronald is very spiritual. Like
Mhm.
when I say I got a praying man, I got a praying man.
Amen.
Like he
Yeah.
praying every day. We pray every night as a family. When he get in the car, he praying.
Yeah.
So when things like this come up, it's like, so did you pray? And I'm like, Ronald, that ain't.
Yeah.
that ain't-
That's the first thing.
That's not. That's
Yeah.
not the
Men
answer
are
that I
way
was
more
looking
positive
for.
than you would
Yeah.
think about the diagnosis.
Yeah.
They, he didn't know anything either,
Yeah.
but he started doing his research, and
Yeah.
he didn't want to accept it at first. Of course, nobody does.
Yeah.
But just watching him grow as a dad is probably one of the most amazing things to
I
see.
know.
And then a special needs dad at
That's
that.
right.
So
Yeah.
I champion him for that.
Kudos to the dad.
I
Oh,
know. That's why I
yeah.
shout out to Alan, because some days I'd be like, yo,
Get your son.
yeah, like, go ahead and grab him.
Yeah.
Go ahead and grab him.
I've had
But see,
enough.
Alan makes everything so exciting in the house. Like, I feel like I'm always like the cop mom,
Oh,
and
yeah,
he's a fun dad. They be
Mhm.
running back and forth through the
Oh,
house
yeah.
and stuff like that. And I just be like, wow, because I know even when I did after that soccer, but I tell y'all that soccer practice really did something to me
Mhm.
before that
You
diagnosis.
was really hurt that day.
And I was like, Alan. And he was still so positive about everything. And I'm like, Alan, something just not right. He's like, he's fine. He's fine. Even after we got the diagnosis.
Yes.
Shantae, he's fine. Like, even during the first IEP meeting, right? Because I know there was a question on here. What advice would you give to a mom going into the first IEP meeting? So I'm going to talk about my IEP meeting for the first time.
Mhm.
I cried.
Me too.
I was so slammed toe up because I think, because like I said, I've been in education for a long time.
Mhm.
So when I heard the teacher say, well, he's not going to be on a high school graduation path,
That will
that told
will
me
gut
up.
punch
And I'm like,
you.
I know
Wait,
I
what do
have
you
dealt with
mean?
that in the high school, but hearing that, like being on the other side of the table as a parent, like
Yeah.
that thing hurt me
or even
so
just
bad.
hearing your child may never talk. That
That's
That
hurtful.
thing
Oh
right
my
there.
gosh.
I don't even take that in. I hope
Yeah.
you didn't
No,
take
Right.
it
definitely
in.
didn't
No,
take
I
that.
really
No,
don't.
don't
I
take
don't.
it.
That's
Don't
one
take
thing
it.
I'm not even speaking with him. Just I'm
Yeah.
like, it's just for the moment. And then it was getting to a point like people were like, well, when he turned 3, he'll be talking. All right, 3 came and gone. Okay, when he turned 4, he'll be talking. 4 then came and gone. So now I'm just to a point. Don't
Yeah.
tell me no
Don't
age.
tell me. That's right.
Whenever he feel like talking, which I feel like Mari can talk, he selected when he want
Yeah.
to do it.
Mhm.
He
When-
told me no today.
Yeah,
And I'm
it-
like, I know good well you ain't just say no. You act like you can't talk any other time. When we tell you say Mark, say cup, say juice,
Uh-huh.
you don't want to say nothing, but you have the audacity because I didn't want to turn on your little cartoon. You told me no.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's just certain things are just tough. So I would definitely tell a mom, make sure you have someone to rely on after you get out that meeting. Because
Yeah.
that first
That
conversation
first one is tough.
is hard.
Have an advocate.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. Have somebody that has the experience, or at least know if you have to call them on the phone and have them on
Just listening
speakerphone,
in.
just
Mhm.
listening in, so somebody can chime in and shut it down, because they will try to play around with your children on that IEP.
They will. They really do.
They really do. They'll tell you things that they don't know, and you absolutely know. Oh no, you're not
Yeah.
gonna slow walk my baby. I know
That's
what he
right.
knows.
Right.
And the
Um,
good part about it is we all have been in education, so we know
mhm.
when you playing in my face.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
don't
saying?
do that.
Mhm.
And it's like, don't. My
Mm-mm.
child is just the same as any other child, if not better than the other children in his class.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah, just
he
because
can
he have a
probably
label
run
doesn't mean
circles
it.
around what y'all
Mhm.
asking him to do.
Mhm.
Like his teacher said, Willis, write your name here on the line. He wrote the word here.
Now that's too small.
So,
Mhm.
so now I don't one up you.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, you
You,
say
you
here,
asked me to write my name,
and I
so
did
wrote
what you
the
told
word
me.
here.
Here.
So then that just told me right there, oh, you know how to read.
Yeah, you can read.
Right.
You just playing games.
You can read.
But when it comes to an IEP, number one, know that is a legal binding
Absolutely.
document.
Yes.
That
Don't
IEP
let them just
cannot
start
be
making
changed
That's the part.
unless
Mhm.
you sign it. And here's what happens. Your IEP gets changed without you knowing. They send you paperwork home. If you don't keep copies of your first one
Yeah.
and compare and
Follow.
contrast,
Mhm.
you don't realize that it's been changed.
Yeah.
So then when
Right.
you call and say, hey, this has been changed, we need a meeting like tomorrow,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and you walking in there like, oh, where's your advocate? Me and my husband are
I am.
advocates. I don't
Mhm.
I don't
We
need
here.
nobody else because I
Mhm.
know what we talked about and I know what this says, and it's not the same thing.
Right.
And I know my son's supposed to get 30 minutes of special needs services, and since September he hasn't got anything. We got a problem.
We got a
Yeah.
problem. We got
and
a
it
problem.
needs to be
That's
fixed
true.
like today. Because
Yeah.
number one, who changed it, why you change it, and how we fix it back.
Right.
Mhm.
And to be honest with you, I'm not mad at you. Like, I'm not
Right.
mad at you for anything that you changed, but I need
Mhm.
for you to know, don't play with my child.
Then I say, and I
Absolutely.
am that mom
I am
that
Yeah.
pays attention.
I am
Absolutely.
very
Because there are
much.
some parents out here, they're not paying attention
Yeah,
to the
you
IEP.
have to
You send them
watch
an
the
invite, they don't
IEP.
show up.
Mhm.
No, you have to be your child's advocate. 'Cause
Watch
if
that
not,
IEP.
That's it.
That part.
How are you tracking my baby's progress?
that part.
Did it change? Okay, now let's revisit.
Mhm.
You can call for a meeting at any
Anytime.
time. You
That's
feel
right.
something is not right, you call for a meeting immediately. Do not let them play with your kids. That IEP is a serious document, and it's going to follow them forever. So make
Yes.
sure that you are reading over it.
Because I had a teacher do that to Mari. She was trying to say, well, he's not making any progress. Well, how often have you seen him?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Because
right.
I see he's making progress at his other location.
In some
Mhm.
classes, they have it where the child has to be, like in Willis' class, he has to be signed out. So I have a log of every time he was signed out for speech, every time he
Mhm.
signed out for OT. Well, this special
Mhm.
education, I ain't seen too many sign outs. What we doing
Mhm.
That
here?
part.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have learned to once a month, hey, how's Willis doing? Like just a little
Yeah.
check in. And I get it. They have huge caseloads and it's not their fault. So sometimes I'm okay with you responding a couple days later.
Mhm.
Like I'm fine with that.
Mm-hmm.
But when you don't respond, that's when I might be at school the next morning, like, hey, I done emailed you. It's been
Mhm.
3 days, haven't heard anything. How's it
Right.
going?
Mm-hmm.
And it's
That
like,
part.
oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, it's no problem.
No problem.
No,
I'm
but we
I'm
here now.
in
Let's
the
talk
flesh.
about it. Yeah, let's talk about it.
And
You
it's
know?
not that you're trying to be like rude or disrespectful,
You're not.
but you have to be
You
on those
have
people
to
because
have to.
when your child is younger and they get higher in the grades, there are less people that are helping them.
That part.
There are children who are not as nice, and it gets harder. Like to hear that, oh, my child may never be on a high school graduation. What you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, not my child.
Listen,
Yeah.
I always say
I've
my,
seen-
my baby's getting a full ride.
That's right.
I know that's
Academic.
right. Speak it.
Okay. I know that they are going to college. I'm
That's
not
right.
even gonna
Yep.
And we share videos, like even with both of y'all. Like if I see autism videos, we're definitely
Yeah.
sharing videos on Instagram.
Yeah, we
weekly.
do.
Yeah, Tyler is my boy. You
Yeah,
see
you see
Tyler?
this?
Yeah, I love Tyler with the braids from New Orleans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all know I'm
Because
from
you
New Orleans. I
need,
love his
like, you
mama.
need that support system.
Absolutely.
Like
Yeah.
when I see her name is Quay. I see her on Facebook all the time, and she like tells her son's journey. And if she's posting something like, "Oh, I'm feeling down today," I'm Facebook calling her, "Hey girl, what's wrong? Why you feeling down?" Like we
Yeah.
talked about this. We're celebrating the wins.
Mm-hmm.
Rough days happen, so we have rough moments,
Yeah.
not rough days, and the
Yeah.
moment will eventually go away.
Absolutely.
And so sometimes you just need somebody to just like me and Shantae check on each other all the time, and
Yeah.
it's not bad conversations like, "Hey girl, it's been a week for me. How you feeling?" Like mental checks are
Yeah,
okay.
They good.
And
They
I'm
need
not
it.
calling to be like all in your business. I'm calling to make sure you're okay. Like
Yeah.
being a parent of a special needs child is hard.
Listen,
We're
and
not
it's
gonna act
okay
like it's
to be
not.
frustrated with them.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Let me
Look,
make
what do
that
y'all do
very
with
clear.
Mom? Do y'all ever feel mom guilt?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
all the time.
How y'all deal with it?
I feel mom guilt when my other kids are having a great time somewhere and I realize that Willis is not. And it's just like,
Oh.
maybe I shouldn't have brought you here. But then I don't want to
Yeah.
exclude you because, you should be included.
Yeah.
But you don't have to go to everything that I know you don't like. And
Mhm,
it's okay. But I think sometimes with mom guilt, we just cry. Like
Yeah, we do.
I'm a
I
very
cry.
emotional person.
Oh yeah.
Like
Not real quick.
y'all, we started the podcast and I was crying, and I told Shantae today, I said, "Bring the
Get the
tissue,
tissue.
because it's gonna be because it's an emotional experience.
man.
Like it's very overwhelming, and as a parent, not even as a mom, as a parent, you try to be very positive, you try to be strong, but it gets hard.
It
It
does.
is.
Like some days, I just want to be like, leave me in my room for 24 hours. Let me get myself together,
Right.
and I'm gonna start over.
Yeah.
Let me
And
hit the
sometimes
reset
it's not
button.
even things that the kids have done. It's just life in general
Yeah.
gets hard, and it just feels like it's one thing after another
Yeah.
thing that's just piling up.
Mhm.
But Willis will always be a priority. And I also don't want my other kids to feel like I'm showing favoritism because
Yeah.
Layla says it all the time, "Oh, you do this for Willis." And it's not. And number one, I'm like, "Layla, you get everything. Like, Layla,
Not
you
missing
get a
nothing.
lot. You're the only girl. You get a lot." But my kids
Oh.
also realize that Willis needs a little more. And they treat
Yeah.
him
Mhm.
like a regular sibling. Like
Yep, they
they're
do.
not like
No.
Ralik is wrestling with him and Willis loves it.
Yeah.
That to me it might be like, all right, not too much of my son.
Mhm.
But he love it.
Yeah.
Right.
So you try to get them to
Oh.
realize it's not that I'm trying to treat him any different.
Yeah.
I'm just the stuff that he's learning, you already know.
Yeah.
Like it was
Yeah.
okay for you to pick up on those things.
What are y'all doing for yourself as moms? Like this is an ongoing thing. Like it's nonstop.
is.
Motherhood does not stop for us.
Mom. Well, I have double mom guilt. So I'm a mom and they're twins. And can you
Wow.
imagine sharing your mama all
All
the
the
time?
Mhm.
Wow.
So I'm trying to, as they get older, balance. You need a little one-to-one. Like if
Yeah.
brother is sleeping, let's just, read a book, cuddle up, watch, whatever you want to
Yeah.
watch. And the mom guilt sets in when you want to break. Like
Yeah.
I've reached my peak. I'm over you kids. I'm
Mhm.
tired.
Mhm.
Mama is tired. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overstimulated. Talk about overstimulated. I'm overstimulated as a parent, and sometimes I just need a moment. And you feel guilty because you're like, oh man, it's not your fault that you're that way, but I'm also human to feel
That part.
overwhelmed.
That's
Like
right.
it's
That is
okay for
very
me
much
to
true.
be overwhelmed. I know that you're autistic, but I've never raised an autistic child either.
Right. This is brand new to both
It's
of us.
brand new to both of us.
We on this journey together.
So can I ask this? Do you feel a certain type of way when you like go on vacation and leave your kids? Because I don't.
I don't.
Like-
Oh no.
No.
I probably
Y'all
I
neither,
barely
though.
call you.
And right. That part.
I'm not even you're alive. I know you are in good
But I
hands.
think it's also we know that our kids are with
They in
people
good hands.
who are going to treat them the way that they're
Right.
supposed to be treated. So
They are good.
going on a little vacation every now and then, I'm okay with it.
It's needed.
And some autistic parents never leave their children, and that's
And I want them
that's
to
why
learn.
you're so
Listen,
overstimulated.
that's
because
terrible. It doesn't make
think
you a
if
great
you leave
mom.
your child with somebody that
No.
life ain't gonna function. I promise y'all, them kids gonna be okay. Sometimes it's okay to step away for a day or two and just have your own moment. Because when you have a special needs child and you're with them 24/7, 365, y'all can't function.
No, indeed.
No,
Y'all
that
cannot
is-
function.
That is a recipe
Because the
for
same way you
disaster.
getting tired of them kids tired of you
They
too.
sick of you
Yeah.
too. Yeah, and this goes beyond having autistic children. You were somebody before you had kids.
That's
Remember
That part,
that.
and you sometimes
Mhm.
you lose yourself.
You
'Cause
lose
I can
yourself.
say for me,
Mm-hmm.
I have lost myself within my kids. And that's why I feel like my identity is just being a mom. So I really been
Mhm.
trying to pull myself out of it because it was to a point I was like, okay, as long as the kids have clothes, I'm good. As long as the kids' hair and stuff is put together, that's good. And then I'm out here looking all ragged, and that's not
Wearing
even
the
my
same
image.
stuff
Yeah.
we've been
Yeah, just
wearing
over and
forever.
over. Like, can I
Mhm.
just get a pair of bra and drawers that match
That's
and look
it.
good? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. And it's
But
just
it's so true.
It is
Like
very
you
true.
literally going in the store looking for something for you, come out with something for all the
Every
kids, and you
single
still never
time.
got yourself
Every
and you
anything.
like,
time.
why in the world do I love them so much? You be like, because these are God blessings that they didn't give you.
Absolutely.
So, and some people, and I feel like people who don't have kids, they don't understand. Well, why she look all busted up today? Yo, I'm just happy to even be up because homeboy wasn't sleeping.
Listen,
You know what I
right.
mean?
That
So
sleep regression is a real
it
thing.
is horrible.
Oh my, people have
I've never
no-
had the
Absolutely
sleep
horrible.
regression.
This.
Oh my gosh, it
Oh
sucks.
man.
I wouldn't wish that on
Sometimes
my worst enemy.
no. And then it just, I know for mine, it just one of them. It just comes in spurts. Sometimes he'll get up at 2:00
And just be up.
and just be up.
Yeah.
You know the high pitched squeal. So
Yes.
it's
Yeah,
not
that's why
even
I say,
like
and they stemming at this time. So it's like,
It's
dang,
not
you
even
can't
like I
even
can
just give a
just-
So is
tablet
it
and
like
fall
if
back
they're
to
getting
sleep.
up, are they like getting up and active, or they're like?
Oh no, they
just
active.
Oh, they
laying?
active.
My boy
They
be
up.
doing long jump in the bed.
Yeah,
like
they
it's
up.
that type of active.
They
Like
up.
doop, doop, doop. He running, knocking Nella because Nella's still in the bed. Like
Yeah.
it's just
See,
a
if
whole
Willis
bunch of
is
us.
to get up and we're still asleep, he's okay to just sit there. Like he's content. He's not an eloper. Like some autistic kids. They
Oh,
just
speaking of
be-
eloping.
Oh man.
I
They be
lost
gone.
Mari in Walmart. I told
I
y'all about
remember you
that.
told
And
me
talking
that.
about crying,
Yeah.
y'all, I have cried a lot on
Oh
this journey.
man. We
That was the longest 5 minutes ever. I had lost him in Walmart. I'm like, what do you mean? I just put him out the basket and for the people who might be like, how in the world she lost him?
it's quick.
Let me tell you.
Very
something.
quick.
I had them in
Because
the
they are
basket.
fast.
They are. I
Mhm.
had homeboy in the basket. We had our little routine. You get out, you get your little piece of candy, ring it up, we out. This time, I look now, homeboy is gone. So I'm telling the people, they're like, do you want me to call him on the intercom? No, baby,
No.
he nonverbal.
He's
He ain't
nonverbal.
gonna,
Respond.
it's not going to help out any
Yeah.
bit. So I ran to the toys, looked back there, didn't see him. And the other people, they trying to come out and help now. And I'm like, where in the world he's at? And some say, go back to the toys. Okay, Walmart, I didn't know they had an extra side of toys, but apparently Maury knew it.
He
When
knew.
we walked past the trucks, and my boy must have seen something. He was sitting there like, what took you so long
Let
to
me tell you
get to me?
something. When
I
an
was so
autistic
mad.
child has their mindset on
Oh,
something,
ain't no
They're gonna
breaking
do
that.
I don't care what you say, or you say.
It's happening.
It's happening.
I remember
We
was
ran
in,
into the same thing.
We was in Hobby Lobby and Willis was in a cart and he knows where the T-shirts are. There's an aisle that has books of letters, colors, numbers. This man went to walk past my cart. Willis grabs this man by his shirt, jumps out of the car and go gets the book. At this point, the man is like halfway in my car and Willis is climbing over his. Y'all, I was so embarrassed, and all I could do was say, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry."
That's
I'm
all you
so
say is
sorry."
apologize.
And the man
Apologize.
is laughing because he can't
Mhm.
believe like this little boy is climbing my back to get out of this cart.
Oh, I need
He
your
was
help.
first.
But it's
He's
like
on a mission.
I know what I want and where it's at, and you taking too long, so I'm going to get it. And he got the book and then just climbs back in the cart like nothing
Like
ever
like
happened.
nothing happens. And then what
Mhm.
gets me, I'm like, homeboy, I am traumatized now.
Listen.
When I take you
Yes.
into Walmart and you in here like, oh, it's just a happy day.
We took the
in the
boys
neighborhood.
to Great Wolf Lodge for their birthday last
Oh
year.
my
We weren't
gosh,
even
how
there
was that?
5 minutes, and Nori made it to the 3rd floor. We were so
Oh.
stressed. Like, Dad was ready to go.
Oh.
He was ready
He
to.
was over it.
Yeah, we wasn't even
Trip
there.
is over
an hour.
within
He
5
was
minutes.
Done. He had pew that fast.
Because he
Oh,
saw
wow.
something
He saw
already
something
out
out.
there.
Mine
Just
was on it.
Gone. So yeah, it happens quick. So don't judge
Yeah,
us.
Don't
Right.
judge us. If
Please.
you don't
We
walk
listen
this
and we
life,
don't.
We
judge.
listen
don't
and we don't
judge, 'cause
judge.
And I will
promise
say
to
this
you.
too. When you have an autistic child, number one, that is considered a lifetime disability. It doesn't mean that you have to label your child as a
Mhm.
lifetime disability,
Mhm.
but you can get a handicap sticker
Mhm.
from your child's doctor. There's a paper that they fill out. You take it to DMV. You pay $5. You get a handicap sticker. Some autistic kids are runners. They
Yeah,
will run.
They are elopers.
So
See,
having the handicap is
track
good
star.
for them because you're going from handicap inside the store. That's the
Mhm.
whole point of it.
Mhm.
right.
Um, And
make sure you use the word
fast.
eloper because that's what they're gonna look
Yes.
for. They looking for
Yeah.
the word
They
elope.
is so many resources. They will even pay for a fence in your home if
I
you.
didn't know
I didn't know that.
Yes, yes, yes.
Babe, we need a fence.
You see me
Yes.
over here like this
I
a
looked
new
over to the
one.
side. Babe, we need
you
a
if
fence.
you know you got to tap into. It's a lot of resources. They will put a fence in your home if you have elopers.
Wow.
If you make a certain amount, I don't know everybody's
Yeah,
business.
everything
You
be
can get
based
it
on- yeah, you
SSI
right.
check. Go down there, see
We
what
got
you
denied.
can. Just
Well, God is good. He still make a
see
way.
what you can. You see
See,
what you
and
can
people
do.
keep saying like sign up for SSI, but I'm just like, to me, it was never about the money.
Mhm.
But it's
Never about the money.
also a resource. Like I
is.
can be
Yeah.
saving to pay for outside
For those
speech
therapy,
sources
that was
and
my
all those
mindset
things
when we
because
applied.
that stuff gets
Mhm.
expensive.
It
Yes, it
is.
Like when I
is.
find out we can get free pull-ups, do you know how much
Oh, yeah, I
money you
still
can save
appreciate
on that?
that.
But
Oh,
you,
my
but you
gosh.
see,
Yeah.
and like as long as your child is 3 years old, that you have document that says like they're autistic or has special needs. It literally takes 2 minutes to find out if you qualify. And
Mhm.
within 10 days, I had 9 packs of pull-ups at my house. I get 9 packs every month. You get 2 packs of gloves, and it comes consistently. Like it's nonstop. I think you do a new prescription once a year.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
But
Yeah.
it works. When I get extra,
Mhm.
Shantae, hey girl,
Yeah, girl,
come
be like,
pick up
yeah.
this box.
Yes.
Because I mean,
'Cause
at some
God's
point, your
blessing.
kids don't use pull-ups as much, but you still have to wear pull-ups. So this is what I do when we go out. When we go out, we'll just wear 2 pull-ups.
Smart.
Because when you use it, I pull that one
Right.
down, rip it off, pull the pants up, keep it moving. It's too much to be
That's
taking
very,
off clothes
very,
of a
It
very
is.
5-year-old.
smart. Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
It's
It's a
hard.
wrestling match.
That's what I was just about to say.
I don't got time for all of that. And honestly,
wrestling
when
match.
and
And once again, they
honestly,
strong.
when you think about it, your kids, as they're older, they don't really use the bathroom when you're out. It's when you're home
When
that they
you're home.
use it the
Oh
most.
my gosh. And it smells.
like a grown man.
Grown man.
So, okay, so I'm just thinking, it's for the people who may be new, to this journey. Like, what kind of support system do you lean on with this type of journey?
Well, number one, you and the parent should be on the same page.
Right.
And if the parent is not on the same page, whatever family that you know has always had your back, you need to educate them on what autism is. Like you can't expect people
Just to know.
to know
Mhm.
what it is and understand it because they've never had to deal with it. And so, like, as Willis was learning sign language, we're learning sign language because I can't
And-
speak
right.
it to you and you saying stuff in sign language and I don't know what it is. And so, working in the school system, you meet people. And I'm a question
love
asker. Like, if I
networking.
don't understand something, like when I first
Yeah.
got Willis IEP, I took it to people who I know write IEPs. What does this mean? How does this work? What should I change? Like,
Right.
ask the questions. No question is stupid because we're all learning at the same time. But you also have to have a sister support group too. Like not even
do.
I'm talking about at least one mom who has an autistic child who's going through the same thing.
Yeah.
Like me and Shantae can text about any and everything
Yeah.
because I know she's going through the same thing
Yeah,
that I'm going
absolutely.
through. When you have people who don't understand you, they can't help you.
Only another parent that has a child with autism will understand. Not another mom, not another parent that has a 5-year-old boy. You have to be walking through it to really, really understand it. And I can't even put it into words. Like we all know about the little things that they do, and we're like, "Yup,
Yeah.
yup,
like your baby too.
Yep.
Yeah.
mm-hmm."
You know.
So yeah, they may be different, but we all are still going through that same emotions and feelings every day, just trying to get through the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very important to have that support. But that other parent is probably your number one.
Yeah.
Like that's your number one. Y'all are walking through it together, and you're learning together. You've never experienced this before, so it's very important to make sure that y'all are on one page and just communicating.
Yeah.
And you need to understand that it may be one parent who's doing most of the work, but you also have to keep the other person in the loop on what's going
Absolutely.
on. Like
Going on.
after
You have to
speech and therapy or
communicate.
anything that Willis goes through,
Talk about it.
we're on the phone.
Let's
Hey, this
debrief.
is what
Yeah.
happened today. So that
Call
we're
it
all on the same
Alan as
page
soon as you
because
get out.
because
Hey, babe.
everybody's schedule is different. I think
Yeah.
for moms, our timing is different, and we base our schedule off the things that our kids need to do.
We do.
The dads are the providers.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah.
work, and I'm providing and giving
We're
you what
gonna
you
be the
need.
ones to make the lift lighter for them because we know
Right.
they go.
And
through
when
it,
we're
they
making the
providing.
appointments, we're making it based
Yeah.
off, like, I know I would never do speech at a time when I know Willis like to take a nap. It would not be
Right,
beneficial.
no.
Yeah.
Like, those are the small details that we think about
Mhm.
that dads don't. We just like, oh, what time
Yeah.
you got? We're going to make that appointment.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do
And
it.
it's not anything
It's no
intentional.
shots,
Like,
but
they're
it
not
just-
doing it on
we just-
purpose.
yeah,
we're
right.
just more meticulous about the things that we do. But you have to communicate, like, even if y'all are co-parents who don't like each other, regardless of
But
the
a
fact
child, you got to suck it
that
up.
child is
Put
the
your
most
feelings on
important
the
thing,
side.
because none of us in here are with people who our kids like do weekends somewhere else.
Yeah.
But if you are those type of people, the child still needs to have the same kind of guidance that they do
Yeah.
at the other parent's house. Because when I get you back, the stuff that you do, I'm like, what? We're going
It's like
backwards.
hitting
Yeah,
that reset
what's
button all
happening?
We're
over
going
again.
backwards, and it's
Mhm.
not. And it's not to put anybody down who is in a relationship with, you're
Right.
co-parenting with somebody and y'all have different ideas. But I think sometimes females do bitter things
That's
and
true.
use their kids
That's a whole
as
other
a
podcast
crutch,
right there.
and it's not fair to the other parent.
Right.
Yeah.
And so now I'm a parent, because I see it in the school system all the time. You
Yep.
have parents who are coming to ask questions, and they don't know anything because the mama mad at you because you didn't buy this, or that.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
you're taking it out on your child, and the parent wants to know and wants to learn how to help my child, and I have to go have a total opposite meeting from the meeting that you already
Yeah.
had.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it's
That's
small
not fair.
things like that
Yeah.
that is just like,
You got to put all that to the side.
you
for
have
Yeah.
to be willing to make sure that everybody is learning what the child is going through, and use your resources. Sometimes I think when we research, we get too caught up in it, though.
Yeah, don't be like me.
Yeah,
Go with
and
the
it's
Google.
just
you do
like-
not
Google
go down
be
that
giving
rabbit
you all
hole
type
and
of wrong
stress
stuff.
yourself
It had
out.
me in that
But I
Google one for
also
the
use
longest.
TikTok as a resource.
Oh
too.
yeah, that's
TikTok
probably
is
one of the
so
best.
amazing.
Yes,
Yes,
probably
it
one of
is.
the
That's
best.
probably where
They
I've learned
have
most of my
a lot
resources
good
is from
stuff on
TikTok.
TikTok. TikTok became my new
But just
Google.
seeing other people who are going through the same thing, like those people who have autistic kids who are aggressive, I pray for you daily,
Yeah.
because I don't know
can't-
if I can handle
yeah.
that.
That's
Yeah.
a lot. Those level 3s, like
Yeah, the
it
level
just-
3s.
That's just a lot. Because Mars level 2, and I'm like, good.
But see,
grief,
how do
I
you
can't
know? Like,
imagine.
how do you know what level they're? How do you
That,
know?
when we just got the diagnosis, they gave us what
Mm,
level he was
okay.
on. But yeah, I'm just like, I couldn't imagine, because I be seeing them parents out there fighting, and I
Mhm.
know my lifestyle. I like to fight, so I
Listen.
probably be fighting.
To take
But
you down,
I
son.
think I've
I
also,
love you.
I think I've also became like, as you as a mom have an autistic child, and say you're out somewhere and you see another mom having a moment, like, I'm one of those, hey girl, it's gonna be all right.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like,
they
you
have-
know,
they
like,
that
you have to
encouragement.
encourage other people,
my gosh,
because
'cause it's
when there are
needed.
people who don't understand
and they
and
staring.
they stare, that thing bothers me.
Oh my gosh! it
And
gets
I
on my
just want to,
nerves.
I see it, I hear it, and I see the tiptoes, and I just want to, I don't want to, overwhelm the mother, but I do want to say, I see you.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
right.
got you. I know exactly what
know.
you're going through. Not saying you're going through anything bad, but I feel you.
Yeah.
Do not try to make this baby be quiet. You walk through this store and you shop
that's
freely.
right.
You sure do. And then look
Okay.
at them stupid when they look back
Exactly.
at you, because that's exactly what I did. You
Yes.
got a problem?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's going to hum. He's
Mhm.
going to be happy.
Yep.
And he's not bothering you, so don't get punched
Yep.
in your throat.
That's right, sis.
I told
What's your
y'all.
shirt say, Shante? It says, my
Oh, yeah, girl, I
child
love
is
this shirt. It should be
nonverbal,
good
but
and
his
baby.
mama ain't.
But his mama ain't.
That's
His mama
right.
will throw
I
these
need for y'all to
hands.
know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely. That's why I be wearing this shirt. Like, yeah, just in case.
Just in case.
Be froggy if you want to and leave, because I'm going off. Let me get myself back. But yeah, we didn't ask all the questions. We're gonna start wrapping this on up. I just appreciate y'all just being so honest and transparent, because some parents don't want to talk about this. They feel like it's an embarrassment. That's how I felt in the beginning, because like you say earlier, you trying to figure out, what did I do wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And see, I actually really felt like that. Like, God, I know I did wrong, and I'm putting all this stuff in my head, and it was there for like a year. That I just felt like it was just all my fault. That Mara was like this, and he finally had to break that thing off me. We're like, girl, I chose you because
Yeah.
I know you're gonna be able to walk through this,
Yeah.
and you're gonna make the best out of it for him.
Yeah,
And even when he told us, it was like, he's not on, and I was crying about that after the IP. Y'all, I tell y'all, I cried a lot.
Oh yeah,
Um,
we go through those
and-
emotions. That's a normal
and
thing.
I'm like, Alan, he's not gonna be able to get a job because he's not on. Not gonna be able to go to school because he's not in a high school diploma. And at that time, I didn't have my school counseling cap on. I wasn't thinking,
Yeah.
yes, he can. He
Yes,
can
he
do this and
can.
this.
Yeah.
And then Alan was like, well, he could just start his own business and do. And that's I really do thank God for Alan. And I know Alan has his moments, and I be there for him. But I feel like a lot of times he is encouraging me more
Mhm.
than what he's going through. So yeah, shout out to you, babe. I know you're over there recording and stuff, but I appreciate you, and I appreciate our village that we do have. I thank God that because there's some parents out there that they don't have no one to call. When they
Yeah.
want to take that vacation, and I'm so grateful. Like it's for
It's,
kids,
yeah,
so
it's
we
some
be
people
splitting
that
them up.
literally never get a break,
They
and my
don't.
heart goes out to them
I
unless they go to
know.
school. But outside of that,
It's just them and
they
the
just never get a
kids.
break.
You know,
My grandma is the goat. Anybody who knows my grandma know that Willis
We
is
love
her
grandma.
baby. She don't play about
I
him.
seen her snap on one of your family members
What?
at a party.
She don't play.
Yeah.
She do not
That's
play
And all
about
she was
Willis.
doing was redirecting, and grandma was not having it. You
Mm-mm.
like, don't tell him nothing. Don't look at him.
Mhm.
Because
That's right.
it's
That's-
like people don't, they think they know, but they have no idea.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
And it's like, you ain't never been through this. Don't
Yeah.
try
Yeah.
to tell him what he should and shouldn't be doing,
Not too much.
because he
that part.
he get it, but he don't get what you talking about.
Mhm.
Right.
Like that ain't our routine, and routines are important.
Routine.
Very
Yeah.
important.
Routines are
Mhm.
important.
Yeah, don't throw those babies off, or it's a
Mm-mm.
total
It just-
meltdown.
yeah.
It's
And also remember that it's okay for them to go to summer camps and stuff like that too. Like
Yeah.
school is not the only place that they can go to. Like we were
Mhm.
talking about before we started,
Yeah.
like the summer camps that they have and the kids going on trips. And I think sometimes when we get told no, it hurts our feelings. But
does.
it sometimes it's like God is like, that ain't where you supposed to be at.
Mhm.
That ain't
Right.
that ain't where they
Mhm.
need to be. We'll
Yeah.
figure something else out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you definitely have to stay prayed up because that prayer, you need that strength.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
really do. You need that strength. You need that peace. You need that comfort because there's different things on different days that you
Yeah.
need. So, I
and
definitely would
just
say that.
don't. I know personally, I have terrible anxiety, and you see the stuff on TV. I just saw recently a nonverbal child thumb came home, a baby thumb was broke, and nobody could tell anything. Nobody had any
Oh.
answers. So that is the things that we see, and that I see, and I'm very scared. But
Yeah.
you pray over those babies, and you send them on their way.
Mhm.
Yep.
You know, you can't live your life in fear like that.
You can't.
You
But
know?
your kids will also tell you when something's not right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like if
Mhm.
you going to school and they normally get out the car and they all right, and some days it's just like I'm not. You like,
Like, what happened?
Yeah,
And
what's
then you
right.
ask the teacher,
Mhm.
well, hey, you know,
yeah,
what
anything
happened
been
yesterday?
different?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like, you got to let
Yeah,
me know
check
what's going
your
on.
babies too.
You,
You
got,
know,
you
check
got to be their mouthpiece.
Mm-hmm.
You
I just
have
saw a
to be.
video. I want to say it was yesterday or the day before. It was two teachers who had smacked the little
I
autistic
saw
boy.
that. I said
And
I
it
would
would have been
been
some
in
slow singing and
jail.
flower bringing when I
Listen.
finished.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
I
no.
would have told them, don't send the authorities. I'm on the way.
Mhm.
Y'all send the authorities after I come.
Mhm.
Because I'm going to be the one going to jail, not them.
And the
Mhm.
hardest part is your kids can never
Can
tell
never
you
tell you.
that somebody's doing
That's the
something
hard
to
part.
them.
Can never tell you. I think that's one of the biggest fears. Like, I think when you think about the things, and I don't want to ramble, but
You know, Raymond.
we don't get to experience certain things. So when we are very excited when we do get the little things.
Yeah.
So parents, I know that that baby talk too much, but can you imagine a autism mom, and my baby is 4 or 5 years old, and I just heard mommy for the first time. So don't
Yeah.
take your kid at 2 and 1 talking your head off. Enjoy those moments
That's
because
right.
we have people like myself and Leah and Tay that have not experienced
Yeah.
that yet. We are yearning
Mhm.
to have a
Waiting.
conversation,
Waiting
waiting.
patiently.
We're gonna have
patiently.
a I said mommy party or I said daddy
Something.
party. Like
Yeah,
we
we gotta
gonna
celebrate the small.
Yeah, so celebrate the small wins and just
And
appreciate.
it's okay to cry. It's okay to
Yeah,
feel
y'all heard I done cried
emotions,
a
like,
lot.
when you're not emotional about it, it's like, what's wrong with you? Like this
Yeah, this is a
autism
journey.
journey is different. And so like Autism Month, I don't play no games about Autism Month. I be telling everybody you need to celebrate wear blue one time that month. I don't
Yeah.
care what you do because people don't know. Like there are many people that you work with right now who are autistic and don't know they're
Mhm.
They
autistic.
don't know. You just be like,
Mhm.
oh, he off. You know,
Yeah.
that's all you say. Because he was
Mhm.
never died.
They
No.
was
That's because back
diagnosed.
in the days that
It
wasn't
wasn't-
really a thing.
Wasn't
No.
really a thing.
Mm-mm. So what advice would you give to a mom who just received an autism diagnosis for her child?
I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You are gonna
It
be
is.
fine. Your child is gonna be fine. They are going to progress. They are going to do great things. And you take the small wins and go with it. Like when there are kids who play basketball and they make 1,000 points, we celebrate them. When you
Yeah,
have
we
kids
do.
who are autistic and they have learned the ABCs, we celebrate them. Like sometimes I don't think people celebrate the small
Mhm.
wins and they don't think
No.
that it's important. And it's not. When you have a child who's not used to doing things, you celebrate everything. When Willis
Mhm.
started writing his ABCs, that's a
Mhm.
celebration.
Yep.
Mhm.
You know your numbers 1 through 20, that's a celebration.
Mhm.
You can
Yeah.
count by 5, that's a celebration. Like I'm celebrating the small things because our kids may never play a sport.
Mhm.
Our kids
Right.
may never be in a school play. They may never stand in the choir and sing a song. Like it's
Mhm.
normal things that we wish they could do that may never happen. So I'm finding new ways to celebrate what has happened, but it is a journey. Um God is your number one provider. You
Mhm.
you need
Yeah.
him, but also educate yourself on what autism is.
Yes.
Know
Yep.
what it is, educate the people that are around you, and make sure that you have support. When you don't have support, the journey is harder.
Mm,
Absolutely.
that part.
Yeah, don't let that diagnosis handicap your child.
Right.
That's
That's
what I
right.
want people to know. It's a diagnosis. That's it. Um, it's amazing things that people with autism grow up to do.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
don't let that hinder you or make you feel bad or just make your child make you feel like your child is not going to succeed in life because they absolutely will. And don't be afraid to reach out to people. Like after this
Yeah.
podcast, you see that we it's three moms that you can reach out to.
Yeah.
Like
That's right.
we are here to support each other. We know about this journey and we will answer any questions that you have. And we're still learning too.
And
You
we
know,
love the
We are.
we
questions.
love the questions.
We
Our
We
do.
kids are
love to talk
We
young.
about it.
do.
You know, they're going through the things and we talk about, milestones and different things. And so don't be ashamed. Please don't. That's what I want to tell you. Like it's a lot of us going through it and we're here to support you.
That is. Whew,
You didn't give your advice.
my advice. I had to take a moment, girl, because what you just said was just a lot. Um, because I feel like even though I think we found out it's probably been about it's over a year. We found out on Halloween. Matter of fact, um, what this year is 25, so 23 we found out
Mm-hmm.
on Halloween day, and we it was sad, and then like, okay, let's get
Let's do it.
together because we
Mm-hmm.
gotta take the other kids trick or treating, so it was like, dang, so for me, I felt like that. So when you had just said those milestones and just listening to both y'all, like, wow, it just feel good not to be
Oh
alone.
yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
So,
For sure.
but yeah, as far as the first time mom going into this, um, just like they say, don't allow that label to be. That's what it is. It's just a
Mhm.
label. It doesn't change your child. They're
Mhm.
not to a point where they're not able to run, jump, skip, hop, and stuff like that
Mhm.
because they are.
Yeah.
They're gonna do
Absolutely.
all those things. Sometimes the hopping skills is superficial. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But those things doesn't define your child. Like even though they may not be able to play sports, they may be
Mhm.
good with being a musician or
Absolutely.
Alan, who was that designer? You was telling me about a designer. He had autism. I know it's a girl in Atlanta. She even opened up
The creator of Pokemon was autistic. Mhm.
really.
Mm.
See, that's what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
So like
They
for
said SpongeBob is autistic too, and my kids just recently fell in love with. I said, you know what? That might be
yeah.
related.
That what that what I'm saying. It's okay. Oh gosh, I don't know how to pronounce this, Leah. Look at it. What's that person name?
Virgil Abloh.
Mm-hmm.
Virgil.
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 Mm-hmm.
But he is the creator of he's an American fashion designer and entrepreneur. So I'm just like, the world does not stop just
Mhm.
because they have that diagnosis. And I would say, even though the doctors are telling you they're nonverbal, they limited to these things and stuff like that, don't accept it
Mhm.
That's right.
because they could start something new. Like I was
Yeah.
talking about the young lady in Atlanta, she has autism, but she has her own nail salon, like and
Mhm.
opening up a school for other
Yeah.
people to come in
Mhm.
and learn things like that. So your child is not limited. Um, so yeah, don't put yourself in a box
Mhm.
because that's what the devil wants you to do, or
Absolutely.
that's what people who don't understand the diagnosis, that's what they want you to do because of the fact they are uncertain. And instead
Mhm.
of doing the research, they rather just be like, well, you can't do that, type stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
and just know that it is going to be okay. Some days you feel like gosh, like why did you pick me for this assignment? Because it's heavy.
Mhm.
It's a
It gets
very
heavy.
it's a
It gets
very
heavy.
heavy
It's heavy.
assignment, and especially if you have multiple kids and things like that, it's very um sometimes I feel discouraged, but like I reach out
Hmm.
to Leah when I feel
Mhm.
those days. I'm like, yo, and sometimes it's all the
Find
text
your
messages. Would just
people.
say just one word, and she
If
be
she say
like,
hey, I say what's wrong.
yeah, she
Hmm.
does, or she'll call me if I take too long to
Hmm.
text
I
back.
do.
And like those things are needed. So having the right support system and just not putting no limitations on your child um is needed. And I do want us, before we even go into giving out even more information about who, how they could follow us, I just want to pray for those moms who are going through this journey, man, because it's not for the weak. Even though some days you may feel weak, but you stronger. You're a lot stronger than other moms out here
Hmm.
that's going through the game who may have they may have 5 6 kids and you only have one child and your child is diagnosed with autism.
Listen,
But that child with one can feel like it's 10
they
kids
said the
sometimes
stress of an
because they
autism
be
parent
missing in the
is like
house
a
sometimes.
soldier, a
Mhm.
PTSD,
Yeah,
whatever
they
they
just
said.
And it's
it's
okay if your autistic child only eats 5 things. Like
oh
you
yeah,
can't
Mark
Oh
gonna
make
eat
yeah,
fries and
you
nuggets.
can't make them
And he
eat
French
love
things that they
toast.
fries.
don't like. But I will say
Yeah.
this. When he was going through therapy, they would say put something on the plate that they like, something that they may like, and something that they don't like, and continue it because eventually they'll start to touch the
Mhm.
thing that they don't like, or maybe they'll smell it, or
Mhm.
maybe they'll lick it, and then that'll lead to other things. This lady that I know, her son is 21. He's autistic. He has been to college.
Mhm.
Um,
See,
he went
no
to like a college
limitation.
that was for like autistic
Yes.
kids though, but
Mhm.
he was in class and he finished his math sheet first, and the teacher was like, "Oh well, are you sure you did that right?" And he said to her, "Because I'm black, you think that I don't know how to complete this paper," but
Oh,
not knowing that he can do math in his head.
right.
But she didn't mean it in like a bad way of like, have you checked your work? And so
Mhm.
at the school they have like, a cafeteria. So he had a sandwich for the first time. Mind you, he's 21.
Hmm.
Oh,
He's
okay.
only eating like macaroni and cheese, and there's only like 3 to 4 things that he likes. So he called his mom and was like, "Why you didn't tell me that sandwiches was so good?" And she was like, "I tried to get you to try them, for many years, and you didn't like it. But as they get
Yeah.
older,
And they start
they
doing
start to add
stuff.
on to new things. So it's okay when they're not eating what you cook them. Like
Yeah.
if they only eat pancakes and Pop Tarts and crackers, we eating pancake,
And
Pop
that's all
Tarts,
we're
and
gonna eat.
crackers.
Listen.
And we were happy. What last year we found out Mark like milkshakes,
Oh
and
yes.
I'm like, oh, this is so exciting. Like the first time he was like, what have this been all this
Yes.
time? Like it was so exciting. We was in there cheering and stuff like that. And that's the thing I love about my kids. My kids cheer Mario on,
Oh.
Yeah.
but we cheer
Yeah.
everybody in the household. Like you
Hmm.
do something big, we cheering you on. But when they cheer Mario on, it's just like it touched me a little different.
Yeah.
You know what I
Because
mean?
they
It's so
can they can
sweet.
see the
Hmm.
progress.
Yeah, like, oh shoot, Mari did this, mom,
Hmm.
we think Mari say mom or something like that, but they always coming out with something. So yeah, just real quick, God, just be with those moms who are out here and feeling like they are alone. God, send them the people who need to be around them to send them that support. No negativity, God, just all positive vibes and just let them know, girl, you got this. Like you was picked for a reason to be able to be that mom to your baby. So don't think you did anything wrong because you didn't. It's just that you selected to go for what God has called you to do. And we're just praying that you, on the days that you feel heavy and you feel like just ain't what I expect motherhood to be, that you get to a place where you able to take some time to yourself without the mom guilt of feeling like I'm being not productive in my child's life, because you are being productive when you do take that moment for you. So God, just wrap your arms around her, give her the peace, the comfort, the strength that's needed just to be able to move forward on these things, because it's not an easy journey. But God, just make sure that she know at the end of the day, it's all about loving that baby all day, every day, and just making sure that they feel safe and secure, because even though they may be nonverbal, God, they are communicating in their own special way. So we're just going to keep believing and keep uplifting these moms in a way that they need, because it does take a village. You cannot do this journey alone. And when they do feel alone, God, just send them just a little whisper, a little hug, or something just to let them know that you're not alone in this journey. So we just believing that this podcast touch not even one but many, God, of the moms that feel like they just needed that support or that push. Because sometimes, guys, we just need a little push just to know that you are here and that we are strong standing together in this journey. So we believe in all these great things. In Jesus Christ's name, we do pray. Amen.
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 So before we roll out, can y'all let the people know how can they stay in touch with you all? What's your your handles on your IG, Facebook, or how can you be
You can
contacted?
find me on Instagram. This is Leah. I am Redbone1215.
Ray Boom.
Red bone. You know I'm a little light skinned tender.
Long hair, don't
Long
care.
hair, don't care. My husband like I'm light. Redbone 1215, and then it is Leah McMahon and Nixon on Facebook. And please, 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 if you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact me. But I also want to thank you, Shantae, for giving us this moment and this outlet. I think sometimes we don't get to talk about it. And the only time we really talk about it is when we're close to Autism Month.
Right.
And I think what you did today is going to help a lot of people, not just moms, but a lot of parents who are going through autism stuff. Like, I think when people see that it's an autism podcast, they're going to watch it simply because they have an autistic child. So thank you for choosing
Thank
us
you.
Absolutely.
to be a part
You're
of it.
amazing.
Yes, yes. My Instagram is beautifully underscore gifted. I'm on Facebook, Dana Nichelle or Dana Miller. And yes, follow me, ask me any questions. Again, thank you, Shantae. This was amazing. I've
you.
never shared my story, and I wanted to. I'm glad I saved it for you. And I hope that it reaches who it needs to.
But
I
I need
pray.
you to also add your other plug-in.
Right,
You
because
just started a
if
new
you need your hair
page.
done and if you need
Yes.
some makeup, she
She
got
has a
you.
whole Facebook page now.
Yes. Please follow me. I will do your hair as well as be your therapist about your baby. um, Dana Nichelle Artistry. I am a licensed cosmetologist. Yes, book me. I got you.
And Leah, you sleeping on yourself because you didn't tell nobody about your t-shirts. About
Oh,
what you do.
I do
Because
make
I have on a shirt
t-shirts.
right now that she made. And I
I
have one
definitely
again.
And I want one.
Yes, just contact me on Instagram or Facebook. I post new designs all the time. Autism month, I'm always blasting before the month, after the month, during the month.
And she
Just
does.
because I think people need to support the cause. Like, just because we only get 1 month, don't mean you can't learn about it and wear about it all year. Y'all wear them Christmas
I-
shirts all year.
they
You can
sure
wear these
do.
autism shirts all year. So if you need some shirts, holidays, vacation, family reunions, hit me up.
And please do, because my girl is dope. Yeah,
Thank
she is.
you.
Well, y'all, I just want to thank y'all so much again. Thank you all so much for listening to episode 3. Title is Mother Flexin Different. So, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in, and we see you all or talk to you all next month.